the world was happy. I mean, he basically, the test that I'm giving you now, he's the ultimate example of failing that test. Who did who did pass that test with flying colors? Nelson Mandela died recently. When he died, it was a day of mourning for the world. You're talking 7 billion people. Maybe not everybody, but a vast swath of the human population was sad on that day. I had just seen that movie. It's an interesting movie, that Mandela movie that came out. You might want to check it out. But you see, he was a great man. He was human, had his flaws like all of us, but yet he accomplished, Nobel Peace Prize. These things aren't given out very easily. So next thing, or next example, Gandhi. When Gandhi died, I think the population at that time was 400 or 500 million people in India. All of India wept, right? Mother Teresa died. And you may look back on people, maybe it's JFK, the president, or there was a musician that died when I was a little kid, Keith Green. And when my mom brought that up, I could still remember where I was. She said, Keith Green died. So for you, the question you must ask yourself, not on a daily basis necessarily, but quarterly, annually, how are you moving up that scale? Are you moving up? Now, not everybody is necessarily going to be the next Gandhi, the next Nelson Mandela, okay? The point is, this is a new framework, and these 67 steps are a new way to think about life. The way you've been taught to think has gotten you to where you are now, and maybe that's good, and maybe that's something you wish, maybe you wish you were somewhere else. So I'm asking you over these 67 days to experiment with a new way of thinking. And this new way of thinking is just do that assessment. So use that. Now, I brought up this thing, I called it Stephen Covey's Wars. I teach, and the 67 steps really evolved from me teaching people who worked with me over the last years. And what I would tell them is win wars. Win wars. A lot of people do, and I put this in the title of this, flurries of activity. Most of us are taught and rewarded for flurries of activity.